talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You tuned into the best, and that's no other than G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Last night, it's a pretty entertaining fight, action-packed fight. Jaime Munguia, Liam Smith, HBO. Jaime Munguia comes out with a unanimous decision victory. Big shout out to Jaime Munguia and Liam Smith for putting up a good fight, good entertaining fight. I went on live for that fight last night. I didn't put up any reminders or anything like that, so it was kind of just off the cuff. But big shout out to everybody that joined the live. And this fight should have answered some questions in terms of Jaime Munguia. I know Jaime Munguia won the title from Saddam Ali, and that was a hot topic because everybody was saying that, you know, Golden Boy set up Saddam Ali. I completely disagreed with that at that particular time, and I said that this fight between Jaime Munguia and Liam Smith was going to answer some questions in terms of Jaime Munguia, and it definitely answered some questions. Should have answered some questions for other people, but it just reiterated what I already thought after the Saddam Ali fight. Jaime Munguia has really good power. You could tell he got good power. He has a lot of just that youthful energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just spry, just, you know, just jumping around all over the place. Like, he fights like a 21-year-old kid. Like, he fights like a 21-year-old kid. Like, he doesn't throw light shots and mix them up with the power shots. He doesn't have a whole lot of boxing craft, but that's to be expected from somebody that's 21 years old and a power puncher. Like, Jaime Munguia is raw. He's a 21-year-old champion at 154 pounds, and he is raw, green. And even in the interview after the Liam Smith fight, he said that he's green. He know he has a lot to learn, but that's a good thing because a lot of boxers think that they're not green. A lot of them want to just shoot straight to the top without going through the preliminary experiences that you have to go through in order to become a champion. Now, Munguia was launched into this position to become a champion, but that doesn't mean that he can't be, I guess, guided along, I guess you can say, because anything outside of a mandatory for Jaime Munguia, they're voluntaries, and Golden Boy will have complete control over who he fights. Now, getting into the fight with Liam Smith, I had it 2 rounds to 2 after 4 rounds. It was competitive after 4 rounds. Liam Smith was doing some really, really good work in there. He just didn't have the power to hurt Jaime Munguia. Like, you don't have to have knockout power, but you do have to have enough power to make a guy think before he walks in the front door. When a guy can walk through the front door and you make him pay admission and he still walks in the front door like it's nothing, that's a problem for a fighter. That's a big problem for a fighter. So Jaime Munguia was just walking Liam Smith down, and sometimes Liam Smith was making him pay admission before he walked in the door, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And sometimes in boxing, especially when you get to the higher weights, sometimes that's really what the fight is can you deter the other guy from just walking in and walking you down? And eventually that strength, that youthful energy just got to Liam Smith, and he really just couldn't, you know, just take it to the next level against Jaime Munguia, because technically Liam Smith has the better technical skills, but Jaime Munguia has so much physical ability, it just overcame any inexperience, any type of green areas that Jaime Munguia has as a boxer. But Liam Smith is a good fighter. He's just in that in-between stage. He's just like, he's good enough to beat the mid-level guys, but he's not good enough to beat the top level guys. He's kind of like an Austin Trout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's good. Like, he's good, but he's not elite. So for Jaime Munguia to get this victory is a big victory for him. It does validate that he's a good fighter for sure. And for Jaime Munguia to basically sweep the rest of the fight after round 4 was big. That was really, really big for Jaime Munguia. And it was a good experience as well because he went 12 hard rounds. He was in there with a guy that was fighting back. He was in there with a guy that couldn't hurt him, but it's the experience that he needed, especially coming off of a complete, demolition of Saddam Ali. So Jaime Munguia showed a lot in this fight, but I really want to get into Jaime Munguia going forward. And this is basically for Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. I know there's fights that Jaime Munguia can take where the money's going to be good. But if you're trying to build Jaime Munguia as the next guy, the next superstar, the next possible cash cow, you have to take your time with this kid. Like, you have to take your time with this kid. We all love unification fights. We all love them. But they're not mandatory for a champion to fight another champion. The only thing that's mandatory is the mandatory. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to get Jaime Munguia through his mandatories, which Liam Smith was a mandatory. So now he has a voluntary coming up. And that's how boxing works for people that don't know. When you're a champion, usually it's a mandatory, then you get a voluntary. Mandatory, then another voluntary. And usually that's how it works. Now, Jaime Munguia, I know there's some Jaime Munguia fans out there. I'm a Jaime Munguia fan because I think he can be the goods. He can be the goods. He's not the goods right now, but he can be the goods. He's not ready for upper echelon 154 pounders. I'm letting you know that right now. If you don't believe me or you disagree, just put your reasons why in the comments section. We can talk about it. First of all, he's not beating Jermell Charlo. He's not beating Jermell Charlo. He's not beating Jarrett Hurd. He's not beating Erislandy Lara. I think a J-Rock Williams, Julian J-Rock Williams would beat him right now. He would beat him right now. Austin Trout gives Jaime Munguia a good run for his money. I don't think Jaime Munguia is ready for the top guys, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not just because he's young. Defensively, he has so many holes in his game. And this is the problem with Jaime Munguia. His defense is so bad when he's mid-range that any right hand that you throw at him, Liam Smith threw a right hand, it was landing. It didn't matter what kind of right hand he was landing, what he was throwing, it was landing. It didn't matter if it was a straight right hand. It didn't matter if it was just a 1-2 jab, straight right hand. If it was a jab and a right hook, or just a straight right hand down the pipe, or a right uppercut, a right 45 shot. Like, it didn't matter. Like, Liam Smith was throwing the right hand, he was landing. He was landing every single time. So I looked at that fight and I'm like, Jaime Munguia is open for the right hand all night. Imagine Charlo landing those same shots. Imagine Hurd landing those same shots. Imagine Lara landing clean shots like that. Even J-Rock got some pop. J-Rock lands those shots, and it's a problem for Jaime Munguia. So I think he's too green defensively when he's mid-range. And Jaime Munguia does his best work offensively when he's mid-range. So it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't, because he needs to be mid-range to get his offense off but then mid-range, he's the most vulnerable defensively. So that's something that they're definitely going to have to work on. But he's a 21-year-old kid that's a 154-pound champion, and the crowd was rocking. The crowd was rocking. They was definitely there for Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia grandma was in the crowd getting crunk, getting lit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to more from Jaime Munguia. I just don't want to see Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy kill this kid. Like, I don't want to see him in no unification. I don't want to see them put him up against Canelo Alvarez because he's not ready for that. I don't want to see them put him up against Triple G because he's not ready for that. He would get knocked out by Triple G. There's a lot of guys at 154 that he can fight. There's a lot of guys at 154 that he can fight. And it would be a good scrap, a good learning experience, but he would come in as the favorite. He would come in as the favorite. And my guy Ben, he was on the live last night. Big shout out to Ben. He even put a proposal out there for Jaime Munguia versus Gabriel Rosado. And I was like, man, that's a great fight for Jaime Munguia and Gabe Rosado. Gabe Rosado get a title shot at 154, and Jaime Munguia get the experience against a tough guy like that. That would be a great fight. But, I mean, Gabe Rosado's fighting at 168 right now. He's getting ready to fight Alfredo Angulo, I think sometime next month. So I don't see that fight happening. But, man, sky's the limit for Jaime Munguia, man. But Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, if you're listening, man, do not rush this kid, man. He needs at least 2 to 3 more years of seasoning before he's ready for the big boys at 154 pounds. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.